was the longest we'd gone in a shooting schedule without knowing if we were going for another season. It would get later and later each year, but this was the longest we'd left it, and we weren't sure whether we were going to actually still be filming and know, and we may have all gone on. Our greatest fear was that we would go on to hiatus, the crew would take other jobs, and then we'd get the news that it was coming back and we wouldn't get to reunite with our whole sort of clan again. But worse news was yet to come.
I was shooting my last day on set before the Christmas break, and they picked me up at 4, I think it was, so I'm stumbling into a car, really excited because it's like the last day of school, and you're going, woohoo! And they wanted Shiana from head to toe for nude scenes and stuff like that, and they put like 4, maybe 6 scenes on the last day, so it was quite an intense day. And I'm going, oh, I overshoot it all, otherwise what am I going to do, you know, it's the last day, there's no chance, we've got to get through this day, and it was such a big day. So I got through about half the day, and it was just before lunch, and I was feeling quite buggered because it was pretty much my bedtime, and they said, oh, you're going to have at least a couple of hours off set. So I'm seeing my trailer and you can't do anything, you can barely sit down, you can barely go to the loo, if you sweat you're in big trouble. And then I went, oh, yeah, it's my last day, I'll put the music on and I have a little dance like this, so I'm moshing as aliens do, and then I hear this bang 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 and I'm going, oh, it's probably Claudia next door because she's my neighbour in my trailer, and she's probably complaining about me disturbing the peace.
It was an incredible day, and I was excited because they were giving me a bit of an early mark that day because I was going to learn to snowboard that weekend, and I was in total shock. Got a phone call while I was in the makeup chair, and didn't say anything and just wanted to sort of keep everyone going and have my makeup done, and then suddenly all these mobile phones started ringing and people were just getting the official calls from Brian Henson.
Bang, bang, bang again. I'm going, what? And my makeup artist opened the door and she said, hey kid, I just want to let you know it's over. And I went, what? And she goes, that's it. No, it's done. And I said, what's done? She goes, the show. I'm going, what show? And she goes, Farscape, it's over. I'm like, no, it's not. We haven't finished the scenes. And she goes, yeah, but after today and B it finishes, if that's it. I'm going, what do you mean that's it? She goes, it's a hard wrap.
There was a date. We'd gone past the date, whereby the Sci-Fi Network gives you the green light or not. We'd gone past the date, we'd been assured everything's okay. The executives are down home, everyone's around. My last day of shooting, which was, I think, a Thursday, I said to Dave and Colin, remember today, boys, it could be the last time we do this. This could be the last time I have this makeup on. And they just went, you know, you're mad, forget it. You know, you'll be doing this for the rest of your life. That was the last day.
Initially I was quite philosophical about it, because I think I'd been told on the phone or something like that. It's like, okay, yep, this is just life as an actor, you know, it's not my first job, won't be my last, and you come in and out of families all the time, and this has been a special one, but that's its time. But then when I got onto set and started to see everyone, especially the great mates I'd made over time, it was then that it really hit me as quite an emotional experience.
Actors who'd been on the show in series 1 or 2 came out for the last roll of the dice, and all these big burly men hugging and tears, and Benny was just a mess, and he just literally grabbed the page for the scene, grabbed it, stoically walked out there and did it. And the girl that played opposite him, she must have been thinking, what's been going on out here?
I had this one last scene to do, and I was thinking of everything that I could ever possibly want to do with Shiana, trying to put it into this one scene. And it was actually episode 17, it wasn't the cliffhanger. So it was quite odd too, because we'd shot the last episode and not knowing that it was the last. So anyway, and he said, look, just, you know, take it day by day and keep your head on straight, and it's going to be like losing a loved one. And I turned to him and I said, listen, all I can say is to have walked on this set, let alone to have been a guest cast member on this set, or to have spent my last 4 years working here. I've been completely and utterly blessed, so I just have to take that and thank you so much, and change is the most permanent thing.
Andrew Prowse walked in and said, "Claudia Black, that was your last ever scene on Farscape." And I got teary, and Lil and Ricky got teary, and Brian gave me a big hug and just said, "Thank you for all your work and for playing Aaron." And I said, "Thank you for this unbelievable opportunity." And I rang my agent, and she almost had a heart attack because she wasn't expecting it either.
It was very upsetting. I had little like panic attacks. I would have to ring up the Elsies and Colin. And I'd meet at the pub. We'd go down to Centennial Park and we'd have a picnic in the park just to see each other. It was emotional and difficult.
I mean, none of us really knew what to say, and I just remember going down to the gazebo for lunch and having 2 helpings, because it's all about the free food as an actor, really, and I just wanted to make sure I had a big last free meal. But yeah, I spent the rest of the weekend in shock, not knowing whether I should cancel my snowboarding trip, and everyone said, "Do it, and we'll see you next Wednesday when we actually finish filming," because normally Ben and I are in the last scene together, but this time round Ben did the last scene with a guest actor, and we all went to set and taped it on our little video cameras, and David Kemper read out a wonderful speech from Matt Roush from the TV Guide.
We didn't do anything wrong. We did a great job. And they cut us off before we finished telling the story, and I've talked to a lot of people, and Andrew and Ben, and the big regret is we didn't get to finish the story. And we all know that the house is like 80% painted, but we didn't screw up. Now, for those of you who know who Matt Roush is, he's the influential TV critic for TV Guide, which is the biggest magazine of its kind in the States. This is the guy. Moya no more. I couldn't be more disappointed to hear that Sci-Fi has opted not to support a 5th season of its signature series Farscape, since its unexpected and unheralded arrival in March 1999. This lavishly produced space adventure quickly established itself as the most irreverent, unpredictable, sexy, intelligent, and exciting sci-fi show on TV. By comparison, Enterprise is a lumbering dinosaur. Ben Browder and Claudia Black have incredible chemistry and are surrounded by some of the most vivid and compelling fantasy creatures ever created. Farscape is a joy to watch, and I've always been puzzled about why its rabidly loyal audience hasn't swelled in numbers each season. The show requires attention to be paid. Maybe it's too much TV for some people, but the rewards are great. Meanwhile, an inert movie like the latest blah Star Wars epic rakes in the bucks for no discernible reason I can think of, except for genre fans' lemming-like devotion. For Sci-Fi to cite economic reasons for denying fans a final year of Farscape would seem to be at odds with the network's mission as an entertainment brand. This decision is likely to be compared years from now to NBC's short-sighted cancellation of the original Star Trek. This was made in Australia by Australians. This is the best science fiction show that's ever been made for television. You guys are great.